Yo, this is Ebon at the 103.5 FM. My name's El-Bless.
Yeah, you should buy Zlatan Blue, proprietary man, Tanko.
Yeah, sure. I'm VP. Keep listening to Ebon at the 103.5 FM.
Yeah, download your boy Ramjan RT.
Yes, it's your boy Ice Prince, aka Ice Prince, the man from West Africa, Nigeria.
Raw and JP, keep listening to Ebon at the 103.5 FM. Ebon at the FM, 103.5.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Tighten your seatbelt as we take you on this smooth ride.
let's go! It's the morning drive on 103.5.
Let's interact only on the morning drive.
Make it a date with Divine and Martin Efan Shuku, aka Lady D and Meta, from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
on the morning drive.
103.5 Ebon at the FM.
Ụtụtụ taa dịrị gị mma, ndị ọma na-ege anyị ntị n'ụlọ ọrụ mgbasa ozi bụ na the 103.5 FM. Anyị si ka tata bụ ekeketere gị ihe ọma kepụrụ anyị nke ọjọọ. Tata bụ Tọzdee, mkpụrụ ụbọchị 12 n'ime ọnwa Ọktoba 2022. Naanị otu nkeji ka o ji gata elekere 7 n'oge newspaper headlines. Ma tupu anyị aga n'ihu gụpụtara gị ihe dị n'akwụkwọ akụkọ, ka anyị gazie ozi laghachite azụ wee nwee ike mee nke ọma. Emetụkwana ya bụ igwe na-ekwu okwu aka anyị na-alachita.
Do you know that you have the right to political broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the content of the broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and all right to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that your complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and the essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that your complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
Ọ bụrụ na ị ka na-abata ọnụ n'ọrụ mgbasa ozi bụ na the 103.5 FM isi na-alụrụ anyị ọtụtụ n'oge newspaper headlines. Mbụ anyị ji akwụkwọ akụkọ Daily Trust, Vanguard, Tribune, Nation, Leadership, Guardian, Punch, Nation and Premium Times. Anyị wee na-asị gị gaa n'iru ka isonyere anyị na Facebook page anyị n'ụtụtụ at Ebonadi 103.5 FM. Maọkwanụ na stream line online na mixlr.com/gistfm. Zitere anyị akwụkwọ na SMS maọkwa na WhatsApp over 080-9666-1035.
And I'm Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper. El-Rufai telling blatant lies on arrest by Peter Obi, says Labour Party spokesperson Tanko. Constitution amendment. Speakers accuse Omo Agege of blackmail. Red Cross calls for help as 28 rivers communities submerge. Wike vows to expose officials withholding Central Bank of Nigeria's loans for Abia, Benue. Federal government directs mobile network operators to reverse 10% upward tariff hike. Ekiti Speaker Afuye dies at 66. 2023, federal government partners Facebook, Twitter, others to inciting campaigns. Nigeria's economy may collapse after elections. REC once. Kano, IPOB expresses concern over silence of Southeast governors, political leaders. Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria postpones the Nigerian Broadcasting Awards, extends deadline for entries. Flooding. Experts urge implementation of $1.9 trillion energy plan to mitigate havoc. Ogun refutes Bosch IT report on internally generated revenue as National Bureau of Statistics confirms true position. Jando canvasses council autonomy, plans to abolish reign of Iyaloja, Babaloja in Lagos. Nigeria Security Civil Defense Corps reaffirms commitment to safety, security at Anambra Airport. Insecurity in Southeast, not as bad as being portrayed, says General Officer Commanding 82 Division of Nigeria Army Enugu. German envoy seeks collaboration to address climate change effects in Nigeria. Vote credible Guba candidate, Abe tells Rivers people. Police smash 2 militant camps in Cross River. Army vows to smoke out criminals from Kogi hideouts. Northern governors greet Gowon at 88. Experts advocate fruit juice intake to boost immune system. Lagos government urges builders to tackle mass housing challenges. Rebuilding of burnt Kogi Assembly Complex to wait, says government. Ahmadu Bello University to resume academic activities October 24th. Obafemi Awolowo University, University of Ibadan announces dates for resumption of academic activities. Obafemi Awolowo University, University of Ibadan announced dates for resumption of academic activities. Jigawa flood claims 92 lives, 57,661 households displaced. Development agenda for Western Nigeria Commission to meet presidential candidates for public discourse next month. Onitri quits PDP for Labour Party over alleged lack of internal democracy. Ugwuanyi's interventions on infrastructure have made our work easier, says Nigerian Red Cross. Stakeholders brainstorm as human capital flight takes toll on economy. Pfizer renews commitment for more impactful breakthroughs. Connected development code sensitizes Kaduna Polytechnic students on vote buying, project tracking. National Association of Nigerian Students condemns attacks on Nigerian students in India. Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria empowers youth with technical skills. Obi mourns Kaduna Labour Party chieftain. Ndiomo hails first presidential amnesty program PhD graduate. Edo Film Festival winners for entrepreneurship training. Edo Film Festival winners for entrepreneurship training. APC blames rented crowd for disruption of PDP Kaduna Valley. Man commits suicide for loss of tricycle. President Buhari signs Nigeria Startups Bill into law. History will be fair to President Buhari, Lai Mohammed. Military cautions politicians against use of visuals of personnel for campaign videos. Federal Road Safety Corps cautions Nigerians as BMW recalls auto series over faulty shock absorbers. Australia warns citizens against traveling to Nigeria. Second Niger Bridge is complete. Ready for use soon, says Fashola. Second Niger Bridge is completed. Ready for use soon, says Fashola. University of Ibadan Management announced resumption date. Bayelsa kicks against Bosch IT 2022 report, false indices. Senate President felicitates former head of state Yakubu Gowon at 88. Federal government partners groups to improve hand washing initiative. 5 die in Delta floods. Okowa urges federal government to build dams, dredge major rivers. Federal government appeals to Nigerian Labour Congress to allow registration of 2 new unions. Boko Haram insurgency killed 100,000, cost 3.24 trillion naira damages, says Chief of Defense Staff. Olujimi urges Wike, Makinde, others to support PDP. And lastly, on the Guardian newspaper this morning, 36 years after, media professionals want Delegiwa immortalized.
Now, Daily Trust, brain drain, Nigeria left with 24,000 doctors. Nigeria Medical Association. BB Niger stars, friends pay tribute to Rico Suave at service of songs. Why Atiku asked Northerners to vote fellow Northerner. Bompai Markets. Court orders police to investigate 2 Kano agencies MDs. El-Rufai launches 120 ton per hour fertilizer blending plant. Why we struggle to meet farmers' demand for Shika brown chicken. Napri. Fulani group adopts Tinubu Shetima. Reflections on vote trading in our elections. Memos of a Generation Part 2. Court dismisses APC suit against Ogun PDP governorship candidate, deputy. Beyond the ASU strike, Chika Omigwe on empowering girls. Funding, use of local materials to enhance development. CBN targets tricycle riders to boost use of e-naira. TCN energizes new 150 MVA power transformer in Delta. Governors assemble for broadband awareness forum today. US woo Nigerians with EB5 investment visa. Yahoo boy jailed 5 years over 56 million naira fraud. Man arrested for stabbing neighbor to death in Lagos. Agro-firm trains mechanics on tractor repair. My kidnappers gave me 2,000 naira transport fare from 6 million naira ransom. Victim. Chinese jailed 5 years over illegal mining in Kwara. 20-year-old man nabbed for hiring gunmen to kill dad in Yobe. So there will be no female governor for Adamawa after all. Nunez scores Liverpool winner to sink West Ham. Brentford and Chelsea share points in derby draw. Police use tear gas to quell physically challenged Atlas protest. RSDF remains Flying Officers Cup as 2022 edition holds November 3. The SAO appoints football experts to prepare cadet national teams. 2,800 to participate in Edo Heritage Sports Festival, Carnival. Buhari signs Nigeria startups bill into law. I am yet to recover my son's horse. Mom of surveyor killed by kidnappers. Police present 55.5 million naira checks to 16 widows, children of slain officers in Ogun. 7 killed. Over 24,000 households displaced in Lagos flood. Over 2,000 investors applied to build public toilets in FCT. Kano spend 0.8 million naira daily to fuel waste vehicles. Trader arraigned for stealing 6 bags of rice. Security. Federal Capital Territory Administration directs installation of CCTV in public places. Food insecurity is a major problem in Nigeria. Power. JED will not tolerate corruption. New MD. Adova clarifies position as Femi Otedola's Zenon Oil wins over 40 oil sale. NNPC spent 788 billion naira on salaries forex, entertainment, others. UNIZIC partners NCF on environment, forest preservation. National Orientation Agency. We have trained 37,000 Nigerians on how to curb fake news. Coalition calls for passage of National Mental Health Bill. Floor. Provide support to my constituents. Rep urges federal government. Dixon donates 11 million naira to Bayelsa flood victims. Federal government directs telcos to reverse 10% increase in calls data tariffs. New names added as APC releases final presidential campaign list. It's Binani we want. Adamawa women hit the streets. It's Binani we want. Adamawa women hit the streets. There are fake polling units in Imo PDP. Ekiti Assembly Speaker is dead. 2023 presidency. Why I would have worked for Peter Obi autumn. Man commits suicide after losing tricycles to thieves. Abia APC Guba candidates promises to work for Tinubu. World Sight Day. Sight Savers Council Nigeria. Sight Savers Council Nigerians on test to avoid early blindness. Buhari signed Nigeria's startups bill into law. Northern President Wike misinterpreted Atiku's comment because he was watching Madrid-Barcelona match. Diwala. 4,805 households ravaged by flood in Ogun, Nema. Assault. You have case to answer. Senate panel tells CCT boss. Refusal to pay rented crowd triggered violence at Atiku's rally, APC. Chinese expatriates jailed 5 years for illegal mining in Kwara. Vote buyers will waste their money in 2023. Ex-INEC rep. Dino Melaye releases video of Atiku dining abroad, says Fani Kayode hungry. Poor compliance with National Development Plan worsens flooding experts. 15 villagers attending Maulud celebration drowned in Sokoto. Gunshots as traders, hoodlums clash in Lagos. Putin declares martial law in annexed Ukraine regions. Soaring food prices push UK inflation back to 40-year high. Vox Pop reactions as ASU ends 8 months strike. Bayelsa Queens to earn 292 million naira if they win CAF Champions League. Physically challenged athletes block Lagos highway, leave commuters stranded. 2023 PDP government intimidating traditional religious leaders, Sokoto APC alleges. We've completed second Niger bridge, says Fashola. NLNG force majeure. Nigerians may pay more for cooking gas. Fact check. Is it true exchange rate isn't yardstick for measuring basic cost of living? DEDC raises alarm over prepaid meter theft in Edo. Ogun Church attacked by kidnappers raises security team. Fake police inspector arrested in Kogi Polytechnic. NDLEA Customs seized 240.46 billion naira drugs during special operations. How ICPC is driving behavioral change advocacy through community influencers. USAID, ICE, others launched report on food security in Africa. More taxes, revenue leakage, blocking. More taxes, revenue leakage blocking will reduce Nigeria's debt burden. Finance Minister, avoid Ekiti route. FRSC advises Abuja Lagos travelers. I didn't ask operatives to detain El-Rufai during Anambra Guba in 2023. in 2013, Peter Obi. His Daniel's new single, Puff, tops charts. Governorship primary. I will appeal court judgment nullifying my victory, Binani. Despite 1 billion naira allocation, constitution amendments in limbo. General Alkali, court declares principal suspect wanted. Zamfara apologizes for shutting down broadcast stations. Southeast monarchs, clerics, reps demand Kano's release. Buhari to unveil Tinubu's manifesto, inaugurate campaign council Friday.
And now we move over to the Punch newspaper. Buhari will stop harassment of youths with laptops. Pantami. Bauchi lawmakers directs shutdown of illegal NCE institutions. Nigeria suffering from leadership deficit. CIPM. Violation of Procurement Act hinders project execution. Tertiary Education Trust Fund. Buhari signs Nigeria Startup Bill into law. Senate reopens assault case against CCT boss. Kano initiates genuine reconciliation. Harmony Group tells Buhari. Ekiti governor, deputy close case at tribunal. Why health sector experiences worsening job migration study. Rights group decries abduction of Anambra Catholic priest. 2023, people with disabilities to deploy 700 election observers. Federal University, Oyo Ekiti, resumes academic activities, runs 2 sessions simultaneously. How Ibazu, Autumn, suffered for their royalty. Wike. ASU strike. University of Benin reopens on Sunday. Again, Benue pensioners protest non-payment of entitlements. Niger Delta traditional chiefs announce king designate. Showoro tackles Obi for inspecting Datis hospital. Buhari praises Pantami at 50. Russia, Ukraine. Bombs fly towards everything I love. Shevchenko. Financial cyber crimes, biggest threats worldwide. Interpol. Ocean surge, eating up our community. Akwa Ibom monarch. Kano. IPOB worried over Igbo governor's silence. George Floyd's family threatens to sue Kanye West. 2023, we won't support candidates above 70 years. Groups. Second Niger bridge completed, says Fashola. Gowon at 88, he fought to keep Nigeria one. Nigeria Northern Governors Forum. Gowon at 88, he fought to keep Nigeria one. Northern Governors Forum. Students group rallies support for Tinubu. Japan condoles with Buhari over recurring floods. Oil thieves seeking defense chiefs sacking. Civil society organization alleges. Nigeria records 10,745 cholera cases, 256 deaths. Prioritize knowledge-based economy. Expert urges Oyebanji. Fuel subsidy. Digitize public transport. FEM urges federal government. And still on the stories making the headlines on the Punch newspaper this morning. UK inflation accelerates to 10.1% in September. Report. Multinational task force arrests terrorist food suppliers. 2023, APC promises to work with European Union observers. Court discharges suspect accused of killing artist. Don't travel to Nigeria. Australian government warns nationals. Ebonyi court remands Labour Party senatorial candidate. BUA withdraws interest in Kogi land. ASU free to approach court over Konua Ngige. I don't know who killed Ataga. I fled in fear. Shedima. And lastly, INEC summons parties. Police plan 13 billion naira firearms purchase.
The Vanguard newspaper, soaring food prices push UK inflation back to 40-year high. Again, Chidinma denies killing Ataga. Food security, we are demanding more funding investment in agriculture. Women farmers declare. Sinking boreholes sponsored bill. My 7 years in mass impacted my constituents. Senator Obi. Federal government mobilizes to control flood nationwide. 2023. Voices of Nigerian women must be heard loud, clear. Aisha Buhari. Court remands man for allegedly murdering Queen Quinagенarian. Government of Canada grants $3 million to support healthcare in Nigeria. Scale of oil theft has significantly reduced in Niger Delta region, Kiari. 32 days to 2022 FIFA World Cup. Team profile, Qatar. Alleged kidnap. Court remands Labour Party senatorial candidate in Ebonyi. Federal government appeals to NLC to allow registration of 2 new unions. Atiku, Wike's face-off, not our concern. Taking over Lagos, our focus. Adediren. I am suffering from life-threatening ailments. Abdul Rashid Maina tells court, I'll advance your legacies. Tinubu assures Buhari. Burning of crude oil vessels. Tompolo faults Falana. Defends CBS. Navy. Zulum orders vocational skills at 3,226 Almajiri schools. 2023 Presidency not for entitlement power seeker. PDP tells Tinubu. Diri flags off Operation Steelworkers. Harps on stronger military-civil relations. NBDC working with other agencies to assist flood victims. Omana 2023 PDP will win Akwa Ibom. Emmanuel. Only 11 states have voted for constitutional amendment bill 6 months after transmission. NAS. Southeast monarchs, church leaders demand Nnamdi Kanu's release. Flood. Delta, Kogi, Anambra, Benue governors cry to federal government for help. Mental health. Nigeria needs social change, says Mawa. Presidency. No better successor to Buhari than Tinubu, Kaduna governorship candidate. Insecurity. Can Buhari fulfill his promise for a secure, peaceful nation before he leaves office? IOC's onshore divestment threat to job creation, says federal government. 2023 Wike pitches tents with Sanwo-Olu against Lagos PDP. 67,000 infected IoT devices recorded in Africa, Middle East, Turkey in 9 months. Novo boosts Nigerian economy through enhancing SMEs growth.
And now we move over to the Nation newspaper. Analytical mindset crucial to governance. 70.95 billion naira spent on moribund Port Harcourt refinery in 2 years. Buhari heads APC Presidential Campaign Council. Monarch leads Operation Show Your PVC for Tinubu. Brain drain. Nigeria loses 9,000 doctors to UK, US, Canada in 2 years. Federal government to pay Central Bank of Nigeria's 20 trillion naira overdraft with treasury bill. Senate reopens assault case against CCT chairman Umar. Konua, Namda, I have powers to register trade unions. Ngige replies Nigerian Labour Congress. Inspector General of Police deploys 2 Deputy Inspector General of Police to Intelligence Operation Departments. Inspector General of Police deploys 2 DIGs to Intelligence Operations Departments. Lawyer faults Southwest governors Falana over grows about Tompolo. APC to PDP blame your rented crowd for disruption of Kaduna rally. Floods. Federal government to tackle menace with coordinated approach, says Fashola. Digital Space Capital MD bags PhD. Why we introduce community marketing, Akeredoro gets US awards. Monarch leads Operation Show Your PVC for Tinubu Sanwo-Olu. That's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning.
Now this day, Obadano Kogi drags Dangote Group to court. Nigeria Communication Commission directs MTN, Airtel to reverse hike in telecom tariff. Senate summons Niger Delta Affairs Minister over 480 billion naira. House rescinds decision okays CBN's planned sale of Polaris. Kyari, Nigeria's fuel consumption will decline. Pantini, Startup Act will end harassment of youth carrying guns. How Pinnacle's $1 billion offshore subsea petroleum terminal will. Sanwo-Olu, Lagos will continue to ensure mutually beneficial. Senate reopens assault case against CTT boss. Federal government, Lagos Dam not responsible for massive flooding in Nigeria. Burnt crude oil vessel, Tompolo defends CBS a rabble. UNICEF, Nigeria has 154,000 teachers to 7 million early learners. Can you so Hena Tikazi to down every Katara
Just like something that
you and your family dey do play. Up and down. Oh, now we supposed to protect yourself and the surroundings. School, hospital, hotel, church, restaurant them, and all them public place, pata. Go carry better make sense, fine friend sense. Put am for house, make man pikin for breathe well. The default fine fresh antiseptic, they very gentle for your skin, but when we consume it for your all them germs, they very effective, and you know they tear pockets, and no cost. You go get and buy for pharmacy, supermarket, and all other shopping. If you want follow body carry and enter market, special green 0703 924 6169. Digital fine fresh antiseptic for better protection against germs.
So what you do Sunday, Monday.
Gekwaliti n'ọkwa nke a dị oke mkpa. Egekwana ka ụgha na achịcha bred adịgboroja wee na-akọ akụkọ na-asị na achịcha nke ha na-atọ ka nke Love Bite bread. Asị biko Nwachukwu, Love Bite bụ achịcha akwọrọ aka wee mee n'ịdị ọcha pụrụ iche, ejikwa ihe nri pụrụ iche wee mee Love Bite bread. Enweghịkwa oyiri ya chaa. Egekwana ha ntị, ekwekwana kwechiri n'ọbụ Love Bite ka ị ga-azụ, maka na ọ bụrụ na ọ bụghị Love Bite, ọ dịghịkwa ka Love Bite. Love Bite bread bụ naanị 800 naira n'ọdụ ahịa bread niile dị na Nigeria. Maka mkpesa, ajụjụ na ndụmọdụ, kpọtụrụ anyị n'igwe okwu 08149828254. Love Bite bread maka ọdịmma ezinụlọ.
I'm feeling that mosquito fan call.
Do you know that you have the right to quality broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person aggrieved by the content of the broadcast or the content may lodge a complaint to the station and
your fan just like that.
Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail here info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that your complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that your complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
Economic and November says the 103.5 FM will be newspaper headlines. Today we are on our Facebook page at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. The paper from the SMS from the WhatsApp of 080 9666103. Please stream online with your online mixlr.com/gistfm. I'm going to go to the for this day newspaper. Federal government arraigns lady for promoting IPOP's activities on Facebook. 2023. Don't portray military in partisan fire. Defense headquarters warns. IGR Ogun refutes budget report as National Bureau of Statistics confirms state. APC releases campaign list ahead of Friday's inauguration. Insecurity. Chief of Army Staff launches exercise enduring peace. Deputy Speaker Fumiyi Afuye, 66, is dead. Lawan collaborating with Buhari makes ninth Senate most. I am not surprised by Wike's endorsement of Sanwo-Olu. Autumn. I would have worked for Peter Obi if I were not in PDP. Wike alleges CBN denied Abia Benue loans because of their COVID-19. Nigeria vaccinates 53.5 million eligible population. Amnesty International, 40 #EndSARS protesters still. Military launches exercise still water ahead of Yuletide. 2023 polls. Immigration Service urges officers to be patriotic. Party chieftain wants court to nullify Abia PDP Guba ticket. Tinubu to meet Afenifere leader Pa Fashoranti soon. APC will defeat PDP in Enugu West. Police tear gas fiscally challenged athletes. Kigali, like South Korea, Nigeria needs to do more to do river training. Nigeria and the 2023 budget. 2023 Atiku and the presidential election. World Mental Health Day. 9 mobile drives conversation. Abitoye, CEO of Digital Space Capital, bags an honorary. Infant mortality. Olufemi Ajadi bemoans UNICEF's ranking. Again, Lawan justifies 9th Senate collaboration. NNPC PTI to install anti-theft systems on pipelines. Senate reopens assault case against CCT boss. Federal government seeks private sector participation to boost growth. Buhari signs Nigeria startups bill into law. Allowing leakages from proceeds of borrowing could. Edo APC tackles Obaseki for alleged coercing civil servants. Endorsement Afenifere leader Pa Fashoranti. Lawyer DSS allegedly detaining 24 IPOB members unlawfully. Alleged cocaine deal. Kyari orders ask court to quash trial. Chidinma retracts confessional statement, says I don't know.
And now we move over to the Premium Times. Inspector General deploys new DIGs for Operations Force Intelligence Bureau. Inspector General of Police deploys new Deputy Inspector Generals for Operations Force Intelligence Bureau. Court to deliver judgments on Nnamdi Kanu's fundamental rights suit. Liverpool back up win over City with another 1-0 win. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency's witness reviews results of laboratory test on cocaine exhibit linked to Abba Kyari. Floods. Peter Obi suspends campaigns to visit affected states. Nigeria, 2 years on, more than 40 #EndSARS protesters languish in jail. Nigeria regulator directs telecos to reverse unilaterally tariff hikes. COVID-19, over half of eligible Nigerians partially vaccinated. NPHCDA. Why Lagos Ibadan Expressway is suffering delay. Fashola. 500 million people to develop chronic illness from physical inactivity by 2030, World Health Organization. Ekiti Assembly Speaker Funmi Afuye is dead. Senate reopens assault petition against CCT chairman. Ogun 2023, court strikes out APC suit against sacked PDP candidate running mate. Brain drain. Over 5,000 Nigerian doctors moved to UK in 8 years. Buhari signs Nigeria startup bills into law. Badagry monarch seeks completion of abandoned Lagos Badagry Expressway. Police arraign 4 herdsmen over alleged cattle theft. ASU strike. Federal University Dutse releases academic calendar, builds holding cell. UK Home Secretary Sule Braverman resigns. Lagos 2023, Jando flags off campaign, says Lagosians deserve better. Atiku off to Europe on business trip. Climate change. African lawmakers meet ahead of COP27, seek to present common position. Electoral law. Why election rigging will end in Nigeria in 2023. Mike Igini. Southeast leaders, bishops demand Nnamdi Kanu's immediate release. You are Kudi. You are the one that killed my sister. Third victim identifies block Lagos Highway. Para-athletics protest block Lagos Highway. Lafarge pleads guilty to supporting ISIS to pay $778 million fine. That's the much we can take from the Premium Times this morning.
Now, leadership. INEC laments marginalization of persons with disabilities, decongesting the custodial facilities. TCN University's transformer to boost bulk power supply to Ughelli substation. Reps Committee backs sales of Polaris Bank. Airspace set to Airpeace set to direct flight to Airpeace set for direct flight to Israel. 7 months to go, federal government attempts to right Buhari's record. Federal government ASU must prevent another strike. Senate gives self thumbs up over passage of 84 bills. Governor Zulum offers 20 children of dead poly employees jobs. Brain drain in health sector worsens. Nigeria now has 1 doctor to 10,000 patients, says NIPSS. Finally, APC takes charge of Presidential Campaign Council, releases fresh list. Fuel scarcity lingers in Abuja despite 146 truckloads delivery. Umahi suspends campsite 8 over alleged theft. Ekiti Speaker Afuye dies at 66. Federal government directs service providers to reverse upward tariff adjustments. APC youth leader condones victims of banditry attack in Katsina. Progress of the 44 Constitution Amendment bills transmitted to the state houses of assembly. With 84 bills signed into law, Lawan justifies synergy with executive. Gunmen kill police officer, 22 others in Benue community. Governors set for broadband awareness forum Thursday. 18-year-old UK-based prodigy Goodman may end Nigeria's goalkeeping nightmare. La Tribune, second Niger bridge now completed. Fashola, 2023 budget defense under threat. NAS workers threaten strike. Ekiti Assembly Speaker Afuye dies at 66. While many states are flooded, Obajana, Kogi institutes legal action against Dangote Group. Tinubu in fresh move to pacify agreed laws as campaign council unveils fresh list. Africa's largest beauty trade exhibition, Beauty West Africa, returns to Lagos November. Nasarawa government will review scholarship grant for law disabled students. Bauchi government to partner donor agencies in growing critical sectors of economy. Canadian government to support intervention in healthcare, education, poverty in Bauchi, UNICEF. 2023 polls. Bajadiamila asks students to participate fully, vote for candidates based on records. 2023, Adeleke pledges to deliver Oshun for Atiku. I will appeal my disqualification. Adamawa APC Guba candidate. NCDC recorded 4,153 cholera cases, 80 deaths in September. Reps allay fears on sale of Polaris Bank. Confirm presidential approval. Otu a ka ọ dị n'isi akwụkwọ akụkọ niile anyị na-agụpụtara gị n'ụtụtụ a ka anyị jee n'enye ya n'ozi ndị mmadụ zitere anyị na Facebook anyị. Eji m akwụkwọ si n'aka Francis from Amagunze. PVC registered between January and June 2022, ready for collection, says INEC. That's a good one. I am therefore calling on all those who registered within the said period to endeavor to go and collect theirs to avoid being disenfranchised during the 2023 general election. Ọ dị mma, eji m akwụkwọ ndị mmadụ zitere anyị na WhatsApp. Edozie Ezebinobu from Osilo, Ogunike. Today is exactly 2 years anniversary of Lekki Tollgate massacre. What are the takeaways and the impact on the proposed police reforms to meet up with internationally best standard policing? When urchins derail from the path of contextual political bone of contention in the current scheme of things, it becomes easy for the masses to thwart their unhatched plans to subjugate their will. May the souls of the young blood wasted 2 years today find peace with God. Ejimara Sinaka Chike Okoye from Oloji. 1.9 million people living with HIV have access to free treatment. US CDC. Imagine such number of people living with HIV in one country. How many people left? And the United States Center for Diseases Control and Prevention still encourage free treatment via social media. Though it's good, but I think they should discourage the free treatment to reduce the spread among our youth. Because once the treatment is free, it will be avenue of jumping from one person to another. With proper verification and test, because of the threats, you hardly differentiate between carrier and non-carrier today. Treatment. Ịmara na ọ ga-aka wee mekwana, mana ịmara onye nwere so ọ ka mma na ịnwe
Free treatment.
ka enwee ike nyere ndị bie ha maka na ụfọdụ bie ọ bụrụ ife jumping from one person to the other. Karịrị nne. Eji m akwụkwọ si n'aka Ebuka Nwabufo from Ogunike. Why will federal government put money on gas in this hard time? Will the poor masses in this country die before Nigeria gets better for everyone? Tinubu telling us that he will start where Buhari stopped is a great danger for Nigerian youth. What that means, he is not going back to total bankrupts and failure. He's not going back to total bankrupts and failures. May God help us and help Nigeria. Valentine Edena, drain and corruption will keep escalating in Nigeria if old politicians won't resign and give chance to the youth. For instance, PDP presidential ticket is about 50 million naira. APC presidential ticket is 100 million naira. This simply means these old politicians don't want youth to take over so that face of Nigeria will change. Because someone is earning 100 or 150,000 in varsity as salary, where and how are you expecting him to raise such amount of money to buy presidential tickets worth millions of naira? Is this not pure corruption in high rank? Medical doctors that are working in government hospitals are not feeding well after they might have spent a lot of naira in school days. That's the sin that brings about brain drain in the country. Valentine Mazi Christian is from the Onitsha. Australia warns her people against traveling to Nigeria. Australia has spoken well because the rate in which people's lives and properties are being lost in this country is alarming. Any reasonable country that loves her citizens must not allow her people to mix free with the country that has no respect for human lives. We are not begging Buhari to release Mazin Wandekari because he is duty bound to do the needful, unless he wants another victim to follow his obstinance. He said that he could agree to whatever court judged on Nnamdi Kanu's case. Now, reverse has become the case. It is unacceptable. Daniel Tito from Awada. Southeast bishops, traditional rulers demand release of Nnamdi Kanu is a good move. Agitation for freedom is not a crime. Federal government should go for a serious case like Kuje prison break and the illegal release of 101 Boko Haram terrorists. Dalịrịnne, eji m akwụkwọ si n'aka Mayor onye njikọ ọka. Every 2 or 3 years, whenever Cameroon release their ban, we Nigerians will be the next victim because we don't care about our citizens. I said this because we have been shouting for the dredging of Niger River and River Benue so that it will not affect us as it is now, but to no avail. May God help us. Valerie Mayor from Njikoko. Evangelist Eze Boniface from Mpo. PDP presidential aspirant Atiku asked Northerners to vote their fellow Northern. That is a hate speech. Is that the way to go? He has succeeded in dividing people. He should be telling us how he is coming to govern Nigeria rather than me. Evangelist Eze. Eji m akwụkwọ si n'aka Ifeanyi Okechukwu from Egusi. Very soon, stones, wood, fowl, and cow will speak over Nnamdi Kanu's behalf. Please let armies till the water at Nigeria borders. Dalịrịnne. Ejikwa m akwụkwọ si n'aka Polywizu from Onitsha. The battle between Wike and PDP is a prolonged one. They will find way to reconcile instead of all public talks and abuse. Dalịrịnne Polywizu from Onitsha. Eji m akwụkwọ Idoko from Mpo. I'll continue with Buhari's legacy. Tinubu, that's great. These legacies of terrorism, poverty, unemployment, bad leadership, etc. Nigeria gets ready for the worst days ahead. Dalịrịnne Idoko. Eji m akwụkwọ si n'aka PC Nkele. No one is ready to rescue us among these candidates. Money mongers. Only Kano is our hope. Dalịrịnne. Damian from Nkele is not home. Australian government Australian government telling people not to travel to Nigeria. That shows that this government has failed. Thank you, darling William. Let me on our Facebook page and our website. How about you? How about that? Newspaper headlines. How about you?
Martin.
Or did you?